Hi YouTube, and thanks for joining me again as we play episode 2 of Slay the Princess by Black Tabby Games. We left off having a 1-to-1 kill-death ratio against the princess.
Shit. This really doesn't end, does it? It doesn't matter if we kill her, it doesn't matter if she kills us, it just goes on and on and on and on and on.
Certainly there is some questions that we don't have answers to yet, or at least I don't. Are we swapping planes of existence? I mean, it can't be such as simple as a time loop because the cabin was different. Instead of a prison cell, it was the void. So let's see if we can get through chapter 3.
Yes, so it does.
And see what the princess looks like now.
No, there has to be a way out of here. There just has to be. What if we do what she asked us to last time? What if we just let her leave? Okay, so you've already been here. More than once, even. Great. So you probably already know all about her and all about the threat she poses to the world. Then let me remind you how catastrophic it would be if you helped her leave in any way. If she gets out, the world ends and everyone ends with it, yourself included. Oh, threatening us with death, are we? And why should we be afraid of dying? We've already done it twice.
So we have, so far, the narrator, the princess, the voice of the hero, the voice of the paranoid, and the voice of the cold.
All death has done is shunt us back to these woods, where we're forced to listen to your empty warnings again and again.
This is Deadpool Simulator 2.
This place feels a bit different though, doesn't it? I don't even know what I'd call it, but it's definitely not the same path in the woods anymore. That's all the more reason to take this seriously. If the path isn't the same, it means that her influence is spreading, and the world has already started to end. Her influence? I really shouldn't have said that. It'll make your task more difficult. But now it's out, you could always take that information as a sign of goodwill between us and do your job, alright? Great. Let's just hurry. I'm begging you, don't do this. You're going to damn everything to oblivion. You have to do something. You can't just walk away. Yet here we are, walking away despite your protestations. There's got to be a crack in this world somewhere. If he's looking in at us, there has to be a way out. You walk down the path away from the cabin. Hope for all our sakes that you change your mind before it's too late.
Yeah,
Wait,
the world is
something isn't right. Can you still hear me? Everything is getting fuzzy. What's going on? Where are we? I don't know. But it feels like home. It's finally happened, hasn't it? We finally cracked.
Okay. This is like, is there really a world in a common dimension? So, don't turn around. Alright.
You're on a path. You're here to...
Alright, so we're back in chapter 1. You know what? Let's just free her.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job.
Let's go to...
You make your way up the short path to the warning. But she will... We're not going to ignore.
I am going to skip dialogue that we have seen. A lot of this, until I make the first big choice.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and the blade is your implement.
Nope, I don't need that.
The door, her voice.
Hello?
Is, don't. How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks
I
in?
should shut up.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
So this is full simp route.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
Narrator, she can get out of those chains.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug.
Okay, so I was kind of thinking Voice of the Hero was the protagonist, but no, it's Voice of a Hero kind of just being a foil to the narrator.
They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
Sorry, lady.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Okay. I'll be here.
I'm so good at hitting the right
You
one.
attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Makes sense.
Your shouts and pleas. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom?
Like, I did not imagine someone locking me
Easier
down.
for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yep.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
Well, now we know how she got her hand free in the first place.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess!
Fine.
I like how it's the
Against
only
your
option.
better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm,
72
just
hours?
above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
Hey, girl.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
Because she's a badass.
No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Ooh, she's just that tough.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
I don't think this is going to be ever after for me.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world.
Shut up, narrator.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Okay.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect.
Good girl.
Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
So the narrator does have power in this world. He can narrate and, make things happen. Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
I did move the camera, as you could probably tell, just because it was obscuring some of the choices.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I would still like to see a mirror because, her hands are human hands. My hands are not so human.
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
The first way she killed me was just way faster.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
Yeah, you don't need to be an expert at what she's doing.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks.
I also love how it's monochromatic, but only blood is shown. The color red is shown to...
It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark. And you die.
Chapter 2, The Damsel. Alright.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path...
So, I'm going to do one chapter, a video, just to simplify it. I don't know how long some of these chapters go. Thank you for joining me. I hope to see you back, and